Hi, I'm Ray Harris, and I'm your host here at Faith and Conviction, and I want to welcome you back to our series today. We've been down here at the San Antonio River talking about, my journey on my faith and why certain things have brought me to this point. And in the previous installment, we really looked at some New Testament passages that were referring to the Old Testament and how it used it. But the reason we did that is because we established that context and covenant and culture all play a major role in understanding the New Testament. And I hope that helped in some way. Yeah, but in this segment, I would like to talk with you about what I believe is a confirmation to all of this information that I've given you. And confirmation is powerful. It has a way of affirming why we do what we do. And it helps us understand that God is in approval of those things. You can probably see here that I've got my hand on a couple of boxes. These two things will come into play a little bit later in our dialogue, and I hope you'll continue with us as I'll show you what's in these and why these are important. So if you will, come with me and we'll talk about this a little bit. Today's June 1, about 2 months ago now, back on April 1st, there was some information that was presented to me. And in that moment, and over the next 40 days, I came to realize that God was putting before me two paths. For those who are faithful, it goes right along with the scriptures. God provides opportunities and we make choices. For those who are listening out of curiosity, you may ponder why I talk this way, and I'm simply letting you know that the more you draw near to God, the more He will help you understand your walk. But what is important is one of those choices that He gave me was the ability to stand up for the importance of the Old Testament, something I talked about just a few moments ago. Now, what is important about that is, as we were walking through this, I was asking for some help. And I said, oh, okay, basically, okay, Father, if this is one of the options you want me to do, I don't mind doing it. I need some confirmation that this is true. So the week that ended with Friday, May 4, I had decided that I would go to worship and I would spend some time in prayer and have someone pray with me, and that I would do something I had never done before, and that is what's called prostrating myself before the Father. Basically laying yourself flat on the ground and supplicating yourself in prayer. Well, that Friday came around, I said a prayer, but I did not prostrate. I did not put myself face down on the ground. Well, the next day I went back to worship, and as we were beginning worship, this had never happened to me before. Never experienced anything like this before. And someone who I have come to believe is really led by the Spirit said, God is saying He cannot begin until someone here does what they said they were going to do. I knew they were talking about me. I didn't want it to be me. So I'm sitting there hanging my head with prayer, not wanting it to be me, but I did not have the courage to lay myself flat on the ground. Well, this person said, and I'm certain it was by the Spirit, Ray, God is saying He's not moving until you do what you need to do. And that scared me pretty bad. I never felt that way before, and I'm confident that this person wasn't just saying what they were saying by their own merits. Because what happened later is they came up to me and they said, what was that all about? And I had to explain it to them. Well, I did put myself face down on the ground, and that helped me be faithful to what I said I would do. Well, during the coming days, I was praying that if this is really what God wants me to do, then I would like some confirmation from God Himself. And what I asked him for, as I said, I would like to have a highly valued Torah from, I don't know if I said Israel, but I did say I would like to have a highly valued Torah without having me travel the world for it. I didn't want to have to travel to get it. So I asked for that on May 4. Over the next 10 days, things seem to come into focus. So we journey through these next few days, and we get down to May 10, and it ends my journey.